All right, scholars, we are about to get started. There we go. Okay. Today, or this problem set is 13 out of 20 times 5, which is times like a whole number. 13 times 5, I don't know that one by heart. I think it's 65, but I'm not sure. Yeah, 65, and this is 100. So this would be 65 hundredths, and there's no alternative unless you wanted 650 thousandths. Okay, and then we would have 6 and then 5. Okay, we create a plan. We respond to the question that's asked in context with precise units. Okay, and I'm not sure what the loadout is today. We'll have to see it going on. In general, 1,000 millimeters equals a meter. Okay, now here we have to multiply the decimals as whole numbers. We're going to do 325 times 6, and then we're going to come back and have 100 times 1/10 at the end, and that equals 1,000. So we're going to have that at the end. 6 times 5 is 30, 12, 30, 40, 15, 18, 19. And then I'm going to have the thousandth place. Here we go. So I have 1 in 950 thousandths, but I also can have 1 in 995 hundredths. And that's what ends up being the answer here. All right. If you picked D, like, let's just look at this. This is about the number 3. And this is about the number 1, right? It's a little bit more than 5/10. 3 times 1 is 3. So like, if we're estimating, I'm not expected to get a huge number. All right, number 8. I am lining up my decimals, and the larger number goes first. Order matters for subtraction and division. 400 minus 100, 300, 7, 6 ones. 13/10 minus 9/10, 10, 11, 12, 13. That's 4 decimal. 6 ones minus 2 ones. That's 4 ones. 6 minus 2 is again 4. So I have 44 and 43 hundredths. All right, I'm going to find the quotient here of 1 and 33 hundredths divided by 7. Okay, well, what I really have here is like, I have hundredths. I'm going to use the unit form. Hundredths divided by 1. So my answer is definitely going to be in hundredths. And when I'm dividing this, I'm thinking 7, 14, 21, 28, 35, 42, 49, 56, 63, 70. Anyway, okay. But I'm going to bump up this decimal. It's a little bit of a 6th grade thing, but you can handle it. I'm going to bump up this decimal. And I'm going to ask myself how many 7s in 13. Well, I can only fit 1. It's going to go there. 1 times 7 is 7. I have to line it up there, right? And then I have 13 minus 7. Ignore the decimal for right now. I'm going to get 63. And then I have 7 goes into 63 9 times. So I have 19 hundredths. Okay, which happened to be the only one with hundredths, which is what this said. So that might have been, if you were short on time, you might have picked that one and get rolling. All right, this was a 2-stepper. I need to combine these first. All right, so I have 18, 9, 10, decimal, 5, 6. So I have $6.08. And then I can take it away from $10. And I don't have any cents to subtract here. So I have to go all the way to the tens place. And then I get 10 ones. But then I have 9 ones and I have 10 tenths. But I got to keep going and I need 10 hundredths. So I have 10 minus 8 hundredths is 2 hundredths. 9 minus 0 is 9. 9 minus 6 is 3. So I have $3.92. All right, next page. Here we go. The value of the 4, this is a reading game and like kind of just like rereading it multiple times. The value of the 4 in 62 and 43 hundredths is how many times the value of the 4 here. So I have tenths here, more like this, right? And I have hundredths here. So it looks like it's just 10 times bigger. Okay, and it's 10 times bigger because Even though they're both less than one on the right side of the decimal point, it still was 10 times bigger than the hundredths place, the 10th place. Which statement correctly compares these two values? This is annoying, but we got to work on it. The value of the 6, okay, so that's in the ones place, is 1/10 the value of that. Well, before I even look at that, if I have ones and I need 1/10 of that, I'm going to get tenths. And this works out nicely because this is in the tenths place. So if I'm short on time, I'm answering A, plugging it in and going. If not, I need to make sure that it is the right answer. The value of the 6, so this is ones, is 10 times the value of the 6 is 10. Oh, hold on. Did I get this wrong? Whoa. Value of the 6 here. No, this is totally wrong because, craziness. So I have ones and ones is bigger than tenth is. So this is totally wrong. Well, that's actually right, but this is not correct because if I have ones, 1/10 of the ones, I'm going to get tenths, but that's not what it's saying. It's saying the value of this is 1/10 of this. That's what's so tricky. So I would need 1/10 of the 10th place, and that's hundredths. Okay? Because it would be 1/10 times 1/10, and that's hundredths. And this is not in the hundredths place. No, no, no. Good thing I had some extra time and I was checking. The value of the 6 here. So is this 10 times the value of the 6 here? It looks like it might be because this would be 1/10 times 10 equals 10 over 10. That's ones. All right, so I'm going to circle this in a rush. Keep going. If not, let's look at C. The value of the 6 here, so that's ones place, is 100. So this, if this was 100 something, it would have to be in the hundredths place, but this is in the tenths place, so no. The value of the 6 here, ones, is 100 times. So we would need something in the hundredths place, right? So we would need 1/100th times 100 equals 100 over 100, which is 1. But this is not in the hundredths place. So it was B as in boy. Whoa, I almost got that wrong. Okay. But then it also just goes to show you sometimes you make a mistake and you have to reread. Nobody's like exempt from that at all. It's another one. If the number 9 in the number below, we're moved 2 spaces to the left. So it's in the ones, and I want to move 2 spaces. That's going to go to the hundreds place, no THS, which describes. Well, if it's moving 2 spaces to the left, let me just make sure. It's definitely not 1/10 and it's not getting smaller. Yeah, it's going to be 7,900, like 60, whatever. And that would be 100 times more. 2 spaces to the left, like Beyonce. Okay, here we go. These select from the drop-down menu. Some of my favorites. Just kidding. They're tough though. Select from the drop-down menu. The value of the 3 here, so that's in the hundreds place, is blank the value of the 3 here. Ooh, so that's 10 times because it's hundreds, and this is regular old place value, and then tens, right? So it's times 10. The value of the 3 here, so that's in the ones place. And then this is the tens place. So tens would go over here. And this would be times 1/10. Because ones is 1/10 of tens. All right, so that was the problem set. I know it was a lot. Just got to keep rereading things. Let's jump into some conversions. Small units to larger units divide, larger to smaller units multiply. All right, so 3 feet to inches, that's larger to smaller. So I'm multiplying 3 times 12, that's 36 inches. Okay. 1 5/10 kilograms to grams, that's larger to smaller. I'm multiplying by 1,000, that's in my loadout. All right, so let me just go back. In the loadout was right here, I kept it to the side. All right, so I have 1,000 meters equals 1 kilometer and everything else like that. 12 inches equals 1 foot. All right, so that's going to be 1,500 grams. And it's not grams, it's just grams. Yeah, I spelled it grams, just grams. Okay, great. Now, 5 quarts to cups. This is not in the loadout. This is, I mean, you don't bring this with the loadout. This is on your reference sheet. Look, quarts, that's right, 5 quarts to cups, quarts to cups. Right here. So if it's 1 quart equals 2 pints, each pint has 2 cups, we multiply it by again, and 1 quart equals 4 cups. If you look at the magnets on my teacher desk, it shows you like the big quart, and you would have this is a pint, and then this whole thing is a quart, and these are cups. But anyways, you should take a look at it. Okay, so quarts to cups and 5, bigger to smaller, times 4 equals 20 cups. Okay. Now this is in the loadout. I need to know 2.4 meters bigger times 100, only 100 centimeters in a meter is 240 centimeters. Notice how I'm always writing the unit. All right. Now I have 120, and this is on the reference sheet. So I get to go back to it. And 1 pound is 16 ounces. Okay, so I'm going to be dividing by 16. No, you're fine. You're fine. You're fine. Come on in. I'm just finishing up. I have like 2 more problems. Actually, 6 more problems, but that's okay. That's what it says. You're supposed to be in here. Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, everybody. Back. 120 divided by 16. 120 divided by 16, 16, 32, 48, 64. Okay. 64. What's the 64 plus 16? Ah, you can't even see what I'm doing. 8, 80, 96, 96 and 16, 12, 9, 10, 11. 11, 12, right? 96, 06. Yeah. And then, so I'm going to get 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 7 times 16 is 112. And then I have 112 to 120 is 8. And then I'm going to have an 8/16 left. But that's in my loadout, even though the other one was in the reference sheet. And I'm going to know that it's 7.5 pounds because 8/16 is half. Okay. 300 milliliters to liters. So here I have 300, and this has to be, I carry this with me in my loadout. I'm dividing, I'm going from smaller to larger. I'm dividing by 1,000. So I'm going to actually get 3/10 liters because I am dividing by 1,000. 1, 2, 3, there we go. Okay. 4 yards to feet. That's a multiplying because I'm going from larger to smaller. And that has to be in my loadout. 3 feet equals 1 yard. So 12 feet. Okay. 2 gallons to pints. 2, that's larger to smaller. And that's on my reference sheet. Gallons to pints. So 1 gallon equals 4 quarts, but each quart equals 2 pints. So I'm going to get 8 pints. So I have 2 times 8, and that's 16 pints. Would be 32 cups, by the way. But anyway, all right. Then I have 7,500 kilometers, smaller to larger, times 100. And that's going to, so sorry, 1,000, crazy, me crazy. And that's going to be 750 meters. Okay. So I'm shifting the number 3 spaces to the left, 1, 2, 3. And it goes all the way to the hundreds place. And now I have 16 cups to quarts, and that's going to be divided because this is smaller and quarts are larger. How many quarts and cups? We said 1 quart is 4 cups, so I'm going to divide by 4 is going to be 4 quarts. Okay, 16 divided by 4. All righty. Well, that's about it. Please double, triple check. Don't just write the answer. Go back and see what mistakes you made. Kids, you got this. Good night.